Have you ever suddenly paused in the middle of your busy life and asked yourself a quiet question? Did I truly see everything my mother did for me? Not the obvious things like cooking meals or reminding you to study, but the deeper things, the silent sacrifices, the hidden worries, the love that worked quietly behind the scenes of your life. When we are children, the world feels simple. We wake up, go to school, play with friends, and come home expecting everything to be ready for us. Food is on the table. Clothes are clean. Someone is always there to listen when we are upset. And somehow, life continues smoothly. But as we grow older and begin to face responsibilities, stress, and the challenges of adulthood, a strange realization slowly appears in our hearts. We begin to understand that the peaceful world we once lived in did not happen by accident. Someone was holding that world together for us. Someone was quietly carrying burdens so we could feel safe. And very often, that someone was our mother. Many of the most beautiful things she did were so gentle and so natural that we never stopped to notice them. Her love did not come with announcements or recognition. It came in the form of patience when we were difficult, comfort when we were sad, and silent strength when life was hard. A mother often gives her best years, her energy, and even her dreams to build a stable life for her children. Yet most of these moments pass unnoticed in the rush of everyday life. Today, let us slow down for a moment and look deeper into the past. Because there are at least 5 powerful things your mother did for you that you may have never truly seen until now. There is a quiet truth many people only discover later in life. When we are young, we naturally believe that the love and care around us is simply part of how life works. We wake up in the morning and food is ready. Our clothes are clean. When we are sick, someone stays near us. When we are sad, someone comforts us. As children, we rarely stop to think about how much effort, patience, and sacrifice it takes to create that sense of safety. Everything feels normal, natural, and expected. But as the years pass and we grow older, something begins to change inside our awareness. We begin to face responsibilities, stress, and the real challenges of life. Slowly, we realize how difficult it can be to take care of even our own needs. And in that moment of maturity, a deeper understanding starts to awaken in the heart. We begin to see that our peaceful childhood did not appear magically. Someone was quietly working behind the scenes to make it possible. In many families, that silent protector was the mother. The hidden problem is not that children are ungrateful. The real problem is that much of a mother's love is invisible. Her sacrifices are often small but constant, repeated every single day without recognition. She worries without speaking. She gives without announcing it. She carries emotional burdens that her children may never notice at the time. Because of this, many people reach adulthood before they truly understand the depth of their mother's love. It is only when we step into the responsibilities of life ourselves that we finally begin to see what was always there. And sometimes, that realization arrives with both gratitude and a quiet regret that we did not see it sooner. To understand why so many of a mother's sacrifices go unnoticed, we must first understand something about human nature. When we are children, our minds are still developing. Our world is small and centered mostly around our own needs and feelings. If we are hungry, we look for food. If we are sad, we look for comfort. If we want something, we expect someone to help us. This is not selfishness in a negative way. It is simply the natural stage of childhood. At that time, we do not yet have the emotional maturity to see the invisible efforts happening around us. A mother's love is often expressed through quiet actions rather than dramatic words. She may wake up earlier than everyone else, go to sleep later than everyone else, and carry responsibilities that never appear in front of others. Because these acts happen every day, they begin to look ordinary. The human mind easily overlooks what is constant. Spiritually, there is also a deeper reason. Pure love does not seek attention. When love is genuine, it gives naturally, just as a tree gives shade without expecting praise. Many mothers serve their families with this same quiet spirit. Their happiness often comes simply from seeing their children safe, healthy, and moving forward in life. They do not always stop to explain their struggles or sacrifices. They continue giving because love itself becomes their strength. Only when we grow older and develop greater awareness do we begin to recognize these silent acts of care. We start to understand that the peaceful moments of our childhood were supported by countless small efforts we never noticed. This realization opens the door to a deeper appreciation not only for our mothers, but for the quiet forms of love that exist all around us in life. From a deeper spiritual perspective, the relationship between a child and a mother is not something random. Many ancient spiritual teachings explain that the souls who enter our lives are often connected to us through deeper patterns of karma and destiny. This does not mean everything in life is controlled or predetermined, but it suggests that certain relationships carry important lessons for our growth. A mother is often the first human being a child experiences love from. Before the child understands the world, before friends, teachers, or society influence their thinking, the mother's presence shapes their earliest feelings of safety and trust. Through her care, patience, and guidance, the child begins to learn what love looks like in action. In spiritual understanding, these early experiences leave deep impressions on the heart and mind. They form what we may call inner patterns. These patterns influence how we see relationships, how we respond to kindness, and even how we give love to others later in life. Sometimes a mother teaches through warmth and tenderness. Sometimes she teaches through struggle, sacrifice, or resilience during difficult times. Even challenges within the relationship can shape important qualities like patience, forgiveness, and compassion. In this way, a mother becomes more than just a parent. She becomes one of life's earliest spiritual teachers. Her actions, whether small or great, quietly help shape the character of the child. As we grow older and reflect on these experiences, we may begin to see that many of the values guiding our lives today were first planted in those early moments of care. When we recognize this, gratitude naturally arises, because we begin to understand that our journey in life was supported by love long before we were wise enough to see it. If we look carefully at our past, we can begin to notice small moments that reveal the quiet love our mother gave us every day. These moments were not always dramatic or unforgettable. In fact, most of them were simple actions that blended into ordinary life. Yet inside those small actions were powerful expressions of care and sacrifice. One common example is the way a mother carries silent worries for her child. Even when everything seems normal, her mind often thinks ahead. She wonders if her child is safe, if they are happy at school, or if they will face difficulties in the future. While the child may be playing, studying, or sleeping peacefully, the mother's heart remains alert and protective. Another sign appears in the way she hides her own struggles. There may have been days when she was tired, sick, or emotionally hurt, yet she still found the strength to smile when her child came near. She did not want her problems to disturb the peace of her child's world. Many mothers also make quiet sacrifices that are rarely discussed. Perhaps she delayed buying something for herself so that her child could have books, clothes, or opportunities. These choices often happened quietly, without explanation or recognition. There are also moments when a mother believes in her child during times when others may doubt them. When a child feels insecure or discouraged, a mother's encouragement can become a hidden source of strength. And finally, there are the silent prayers or wishes she holds in her heart. Even without speaking them aloud, many mothers carry a deep hope that life will protect and guide their children. When we reflect on these simple situations, we begin to realize that love was always present, quietly supporting us in ways we did not fully see at the time. Once we begin to recognize the quiet love and sacrifices our mother gave us, a natural question arises in the heart. How should we respond to this realization? The answer is not complicated, but it requires sincerity and awareness. The first step is simple gratitude. Many people carry appreciation for their mother inside their hearts, but they rarely express it. Life becomes busy, conversations become routine, and meaningful words are often postponed for another day. Yet a small moment of genuine appreciation can bring deep joy to a parent's heart. Sometimes it is as simple as saying, "Thank you for everything you have done for me." Another important step is listening. Mothers spend many years listening to their children's worries, problems, and dreams. But as time passes, very few people pause to listen to their mother's own stories. She also has memories, struggles, and experiences that shaped her life. When we listen patiently, we show respect not only for her role as a mother, but also for her journey as a human being. Kindness in everyday actions also becomes a powerful response. Helping her with small tasks, spending time together, or simply checking on her well-being can create a sense of connection that grows stronger with time. If there were misunderstandings or past conflicts, healing may begin with forgiveness and understanding. No human being is perfect, and every parent faces their own struggles while raising children. Seeing our mother with compassion rather than judgment allows emotional wounds to soften. Even if a mother is no longer physically present in this world, gratitude can still live in the heart. Honoring her memory through kindness, patience, and love toward others becomes a beautiful way of continuing the goodness she tried to give. In this way, appreciation transforms into wisdom that guides our own life. As life moves forward, one of the deepest awakenings a person can experience is the realization that love has been guiding their life from the very beginning. When we are young, we often see our parents only in the role they play for us. They are the ones who correct us, guide us, worry about us, and sometimes even frustrate us. But as our understanding matures, a gentle shift begins to happen inside the heart. We slowly start to see our parents not just as authority figures, but as human souls who have walked their own difficult paths. Your mother was once a child too. She had dreams, fears, hopes, and struggles long before you came into her life. Yet when you arrived, much of her energy and attention naturally moved toward caring for you. This quiet transformation is one of the most beautiful expressions of love that exists in human life. Spiritually, this realization invites us to grow beyond simple gratitude and move toward deeper awareness. We begin to understand that love is not always loud or dramatic. Often, the purest love appears in everyday responsibilities, in patience during difficult moments, and in sacrifices that are never spoken about. Recognizing this truth changes the way we see the world. We become more sensitive to the efforts of others, more patient in our relationships, and more willing to give kindness without expecting recognition. The awakening here is simple but powerful. When we truly understand the love that helps shape our life, our heart becomes softer and wiser. We begin to treat people with greater compassion, knowing that many acts of love are hidden beneath ordinary moments. In this way, the lessons we receive from our mother continue guiding us long after childhood ends, quietly teaching us how to bring more understanding and warmth into the world. As we come to the end of this reflection, let us pause for a quiet moment and gently look back at our own lives. Somewhere in your memories, there are small moments that may now begin to shine with a new meaning. The meals prepared with care, the comforting words during difficult days, the silent worries carried in a mother's heart, and the sacrifices that were never spoken about. Many times in life, we move forward so quickly that we forget to look back and recognize the love that helped shape who we are today. But awareness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude has the power to soften the heart and bring peace to our relationships. If your mother is still with you, perhaps today is a beautiful opportunity to express appreciation even through a small gesture or a kind word. And if she is no longer here, you can still honor her love by living with the same kindness and compassion she tried to give you. Now I would love to hear from you. Take a moment and write a comment below this video. Share one thing your mother did for you that you did not fully understand until later in life. Your story may touch someone else's heart and remind them of their own mother's love. Also, let me know what topic you would like to hear in the next video. Your suggestions help this community grow with meaningful and thoughtful discussions about life, relationships, and spiritual wisdom. If this message brought peace or reflection to your heart, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with someone who may need this reminder today. Together we can spread more understanding, gratitude, and kindness in the world. Thank you for spending this quiet moment of reflection here. Jai Gurudev. Person with folded hands.